Back with another Notorious record.
What did you just say?
It's your boy G Ali. Got my nigga Lewis Automatic in the building.
What up, though? What up, though? Hibernian in this motherfucker early.
Man,
Hey, so you already know we starting off. We about to be on one today, baby.
we got one. We got one for that ass. You feel me?
I just want to shine.
Maddie. So we was talking about I guess Sharp from the No Jumper podcast.
Yeah, dog. Nigga, Sharp got bars, nigga.
Sharp got bars.
Yeah, I was I don't know how to, I was saying to myself, I don't know how the fuck I got here, bro. Like it was something I seen. It was like Adam and AD. I think AD or somebody react to Sharp shit. So I went to this shit. That nigga was going though. It was like, dog, like everybody, like with this internet shit, bro, everybody come from somewhere. Cause it's like, bro, like I feel like, dog, this YouTube shit, like the whole, just the social media space, but particularly YouTube, cause it's the biggest one. It's like, you know, cause like everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? We all looked at TV as the biggest medium to see celebrities, to see stars and shit. But as technology progressed, we all started capturing our life. You know what I'm saying? Shit became more accessible. Niggas started shooting more, not homemade videos, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember, you know what I'm saying? I started directing videos. Like, you became, I think, your video like a million. That was like the damn near the first music video I ever shot. Remember?
That was dope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first music video I ever shot. So it was like, you know, like niggas been building they brands and they legacies and their careers outside of whatever else they was doing. So it was just like, nigga, Sharp had like a whole catalog. It wasn't just one song. It was like a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas was balling in them bitches too. Like nigga had like the whips, you know what I'm saying? Like the chick, like, it was the whole shit. So like it's just like ain't nobody coming out of nowhere though. Is what I'm saying though. It's like
niggas been putting in the work.
You feel me?
All right.
And it's like I think he had got recognized on Soft White Underbelly and shit. But you know what I'm saying? It's like it's shit that's leading. It was just like it stood out. Like, okay, it'd be shit that be leading up to certain landmark moments. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, and shit just like when it's your time, it's your time. Shit. That's the biggest takeaway. Is when it's your time, it's your time. Cause niggas been putting in work, bro. And sometimes you never know what it might be. You feel me? Like, shit. Like niggas started off rapping. You know what I'm saying? Then you, like making beats and shit, but like you see now we podcasting and shit. We gonna see, you know what I'm saying? But like this ain't the last step or whatever, like development, you know what I'm saying? Us as a group and then collectively and then individually, you feel me? Like it's all about just I realize it's all about just gotta keep working, bro. Niggas have got to keep working, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way, like the only way to truly be defeated is when you give up.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Nigga definitely got to keep working and just keep progressing.
All right. So what happened to Krishan Rock and
Okay.
Blueface?
All right, so now we just gonna get into the hip hop.
Lil Baby.
All right, so the hip hop headlines. All right, so basically, like it was just I think Blueface had said something to the extent of basically like I guess. I don't know if Lil Baby and his girl, it was somewhere, I think they might have been photoed together. It was something where I think they might have been photoed together and I guess they exchanged numbers allegedly. And I guess Lil Baby and Rock, they was allegedly texting and shit. But I guess like Blueface the whole time, Blueface said on his, I think he tweeted the whole time that you was texting me type shit. Like kind of like what you was talking about earlier shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you texting somebody, you might be texting the fucking Jack Boys, nigga.
You feel me? Thought you was talking to the code.
Right, so it was like
you about to be talking to Nickel 44.
Right, that exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally some shit like that. So like, you know, it's just like that even goes back to just relationships. It's like, can like your partner have like a friend of the opposite, you know what I'm saying, like a friend of the opposite sex? Cause like niggas trying to play that big brother role, but Blueface some shit like you met my bitch one time, now you talking about something, you the big brother, you feel me? So it's like that should be on some like just in general, can your partner have friends of the opposite sex? Or it's like even like a social media, like take it to a further extent of social media. It's like how could you trust somebody with a social media when basically a motherfucker could always slide in the DM?
bro, it's not just that. It's just this attention-seeking era, bro. It's just like, bro, I don't know, bro. That shit weird.
Like this whole social
Can
media
you trust anybody nowadays?
No, because it breed.
Like,
I feel like it damn near exposed human nature. It exposed our true nature. Like, I don't even know if you want to go to the Bible where it say like our sinful nature, but I feel like social media kind of exposed human nature in the sense that, you feel me? Like a lot of times people like to go back in the day and say people used to be like this. People wasn't always like this, but people back then ain't had the access to, you know what I'm saying, to be who we are now, to like express themselves how we express ourselves now. But even then, back then, you still heard stories about the milkman. The milkman was still coming through, hitting niggas.
The mailman.
Yeah, like the nigga when the nigga go off to World War III, or not World War III, World War II, blow moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like if a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like we heard so many stories, goddamn, like of that type of shit. So it's like, nigga, if they had social media back in like the 40s and the 50s, nigga, you would have seen grandma, you know what I'm saying, grandpa, you feel me? You would have seen some shit. But it's like, it just took like the development. It took, I guess, you know what I'm saying, like everything going like develop, like as far as like America and shit. But I'm talking about like as far as the technology and shit. I feel like it shit just sped up. Like technology, I feel like sped up the world in general.
Helping or hurting? It
helped and hurt. Cause it helped. Cause like I said, it exposed our nature, but it go against our nature. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's like humans, like I said, back to the Bible, we might be naturally lustful, deceitful, cheating, all that shit. So social media just make that shit easier. But like, I feel like technology make that shit easier. But technology also, like the miracles of modern science, as we've spoken before on this podcast, the miracles of modern science have basically like, you know what I'm saying, help people live longer, help, you know what I'm saying, like help prolong life. You know what I'm saying? It's so much shit that without technology, we wouldn't have the luxuries and amenities that we have today. But it's also, I feel like it just speed up life and shit, because it's like our attention spans are shorter. You feel me? Which means that like, all right, look at like our economy, for instance. Like since our attention spans are shorter, it's like, nigga, the economy got to move fast. It's like everything got to move faster because people have changed. You feel me? We can't work the same jobs we used to work. You feel me? It's like everything changed. Like it's like to the point now, niggas not even about to be working at McDonald's no more. It's like they trying to put machines and all this shit. So it's like, nigga, how are you gonna be useful in a new economy where it's like, when it's a rapid pace, we used to getting everything now. It's like, nigga, you can order anything from your phone. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways that they've made shit convenient. But it's like, because they made shit so convenient, it's like you don't have to develop yourself no more. It's like
to the front door, I get entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, to the front door, like whatever, bro.
It just put us on our ass.
Drop of a touch of a button, bro.
Technology just put us on our ass though. But it's gonna make some motherfuckers out here go out and get it though. Cause they say right now it's the greatest wealth transfer in human history. So it's like, nigga, are you gonna be a part of the wealth transfer, or are you gonna be the nigga getting your wealth drained? Right. Like, you feel me? Cause like they know, like, nigga, this is like one of the most pivotal times in human history. Like, so, nigga, are you gonna be a part of the motherfuckers getting rich? And I gotta hold myself accountable too and shit, right? Cause like, just like I think me and Deshaun was talking last week about the chat GPT and all this new AI shit. I know a lot of times like we like to get on our parents and shit about like they not being computer literate or computer savvy, when it was the most opportune time back in the really from like the 80s and the 90s and shit, particularly the mid 90s, when the personal computer became like a staple in American culture. It's like, damn, how come you wasn't learning this shit back when, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers could have got rich off of learning coding, programming and all that shit.
Yeah, feel me?
But it's like, nigga, now we gotta hold ourselves accountable, because our kids gonna be looking at us like, nigga, how come you wasn't learning chat GPT and AI and
nigga, we was getting slammed with all type of shit left and right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the excuse that our parents got. But it's like,
but they wasn't going through what the fuck we going through.
No, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just
crypto taking off. We had.
But like, shit, that niggas like I said, like my OG was in the war. My OG was in Vietnam and shit. Them niggas like, and he went back into the army and shit. So it's like. And them niggas had crack. Them niggas had to dodge trying to, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas had to dodge the drug wars, the Reagan era. You feel me? Like them high ass crime rates in the 80s and the early 90s and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like our people had to not be victims of that shit as well.
Man, it was
So
easier to get away with shit back then, bro.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, like every generation gonna have a fight where it's like it's gonna be distraction, but it's like you gotta fight distractions. Like shit ain't never been easy. That's what I'm figuring out. Like every generation, like people pretty much always been the same. I feel like the technology that made, like I said, it didn't expose human nature further because it's like now it's like it's all out in the open. Ain't no more hiding now. Like back in them days, like it was just rumors about how they used to get down. Now it's all to come, you know what I'm saying? Everything that was did in the dark then came to the light. You feel me? Kind of like how we was talking about with that T.I. shit. So now we want to get to the T.I. shit.
Yeah.
T.I. and Boosie. Basically, like, and here's where I feel like hip hop didn't fell a victim of, cause like as of recent, it's like everybody, a lot of paperwork that came out, people get exposed for snitching and, you know what I'm saying, giving information, and it's like I feel like it just came from niggas basically portraying an image that they couldn't live up to as an artist, cause like that gangster rap, like gangster and rapper, like that's a genre of music. You feel me? But and there are a few gangsters who actually do become rappers. You feel me? But the idea of like in the 48 Laws of Power, there's like a side note where it says like a swordsman, I mean a poet should never walk into a room full of swordsmen. You feel me? Because it's like a gangster rapper. It's kind of like an oxymoron if you really think about it. Because it's like on one hand you have a poet, on the other hand you have a gangster. You feel me? Like I feel like y'all live by two
A quote unquote
gang. Let's just say like a real gangster, like motherfucking what's his name, Lucky Luciano or fucking Al Capone or one of them motherfuckers, like a gangster.
Mm-hmm.
What that nigga look like going into the studio?
My nigga got some pain to spit, my nigga.
That nigga got some pain.
Nigga been through some shit, bro. You gotta let
You
niggas
feel
know
me?
what a real G is.
You feel me? Like I don't know, bro. Like when you go by definition, I feel like it's a lot of that shit gonna get blurred, bro. Like but ain't no blurring the line when it come to, you know what I'm saying, living like by a code of the streets. You feel me? And like Boosie, somebody who like, all right, so Boosie somebody who like he stand on that shit. You gotta think about it. He went against Gangsta Williams. You feel me? Like the whole Cash Money went against Gangsta, like his family. You feel me? Like this is like some real shit going on, bro. Like, and like I said, T.I. said that, you know what I'm saying. I think he was talking about his cousin, Toot. Cause I think he talked about that on the song "Live in the Sky" with Jamie Foxx. He said, "My cousin Toot ain't have to die right in front of his son and his wife. He lost his life struggling over a gun." So I think Toot was the one who got, I guess, killed while the case was going on. So then that's when T.I. said he put the gun on him. You feel me? But like Boosie, like I said, Boosie basically got mad at Gangsta for doing that in the same similar situation. So now, I guess now that it came out that T.I. did that, Boosie basically he canceled the release of the album. He said he got phone calls and shit, and basically that was the end of that. So essentially he and T.I. relationship, that shit got to be done because he lambasted him in the public and called him a fucking rat. He said if T.I. did that, he a fucking rat. He said, nigga, if you was doing wrong and you got caught up on some criminal shit and you told on somebody to get out of trouble, nigga, you a fucking rat. Snitch. Sorry, nigga, I'm trying to come home. That's what that acronym stand for. So you know what I'm saying? And like T.I., he's still, with all that being said, I mean, he's still one of the greatest rappers of all time. Yeah, I mean, like I said, gangster rapper. Like I said earlier, the shit gonna get blurred when you put that title on it because it's like, nigga, it's something that at the end of the day these niggas can't live up to. Like at the end of the day, who truly lived up? Everybody who truly lived up to the or tried to live up to the gangster rap title is either dead or doing life in prison. Like C Murder.
They're on trial.
Like C Murder was a real gangster rapper. He's in prison. Soulja Slim was a real gangster rapper. He's dead. You feel me? Like Tupac portrayed like he was the first gang like of my generation. Like I was like in 3rd grade when Pac got killed, so he was everybody's favorite. He was the gangster rapper to us. You know what I'm saying? He got killed, And like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people is obviously a lot of people say that Tupac wasn't an actual gangster by the code of the definition, but it's some people to say like you look at his heart, you feel me? Pac was, you know what I'm saying, who he was. So it's like I feel like that's when the line started to kind of get blurred. But really, you could go back to NWA. Respectfully, Cube is one of the, you know what I'm saying, the dopest MCs of all time. But they said like, I think they said Eazy-E and Ren was like the only like real like I know they said Eazy-E for sure. You know what I'm saying? But so it's like, is gangster rap? Is it a representation? Like what is the true definition of gangster rap? Is it a gangster who raps, or is it just a representation of a segment of what goes on in the hood that didn't get talked about? Because that's what originally I feel like that was the justification of why groups like NWA would, you know what I'm saying, would say what they said, because it was like, nigga, we talking about some shit that y'all don't even talk, like nobody even talked about Compton before us. Nobody probably never heard of Compton before us, but like, nigga, they was like one of the epicenters of the whole gang bang, you know, you feel me? When the shit was like probably at its most serious in Los Angeles. And this shit always serious. Like this shit,
sure.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, but like, so like we could say like, oh damn, it's fucked up that it's in the music, but like that's our real life though, living in the urban community. This is like the shit that really goes on. So it's like, at the end of the day, how could somebody not talk about it? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about gangster rap and they say you shouldn't say this or you shouldn't say that, but it's like, dog, these voices gotta get spoken for. You feel me? Like, it's the voice of the voiceless. You feel me? That's why people so much connected with NWA. People so much connected with Tupac. And even on the East Coast, you feel me? The East Coast had gangster rappers too. Like, niggas identify with people like Kool G Rap, motherfucking Eric B and Rakim, even though they didn't necessarily spit gangster rap. Big Daddy Kane, they wasn't necessarily gangster rap. They come from a certain era and environment, and just their look, you feel me, their aesthetic represented a certain thing. I think even like the original 50 Cent was in one of they Eric B and Rakim was in one of their album covers or something. So it's like that element was always there. You feel me? R.I.P. DJ Skylar Rock from the Boogie Down Productions. I feel like he was like one of the first high profile hip hop murders, if not the first. That was KRS-One partner. Like in KRS-One, he's known as the teacher. He is the teacher. But you know what I'm saying, like Criminal Minded, you feel me? That was like the album. You feel me? They big album. Like, you remember they on there with the Gats on the album cover. Like this shit come from the streets, bro. It's a street element to hip hop, bro. There's no way around it. Even with Grandmaster Flash and The Message, you feel me? Like the broken glass everywhere. I remember that because like that shit was like, tell you the truth, when we was kids, speaking for me and you, that shit was only like 20 years old. Now think about it. 50 Cent in the club is 20 years old now. So that's the equivalent to these kids now in the club is the equivalent of us, like The Message with Grandmaster Flash and them niggas. Just to put it in perspective, you feel me? So it's not that old. It's really not that old. Hip hop really ain't that old if you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, like that puts it in a big perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is like the voice of the voiceless, and it speaks to like.
But how though? It's just like, how could you do both?
The gangster and the rap shit. Yeah, you can't. How? You can't. It's gonna end up bad. It's gonna end up bad. Like, I think we was talking about with well, I don't know if we had mentioned it with Gucci. I know we was talking about with T.I.
Boosie.
Yeah, but like so like it say right here, Gucci Mane wanted to join BMF but was rejected by Big Meech, says Blue Da Vinci, because Gucci was like, according to Blue Da Vinci, Gucci was out here like, which is about all accounts, you feel me? Gucci was out here really living that Jack Boy life. Like Deb Antony said it in an interview, like everybody said it in interviews. Like, matter of fact, I seen one of the BMF DVDs, bro. They was on stage. Gucci was in the crowd, bro. Dog, what was the DVD, bro? I promise you, bro. I seen Gucci in the crowd, bro. It was like in a club or some shit, bro. I don't know if they was in Miami somewhere. Gucci was in the crowd, bro. Like, for real. Cause you know what I'm saying? Obviously him and Jeezy did the song. They did, like, at one point they was cool and shit. You feel me? But like,
Yeah,
No.
but when that shit got bad, everybody started parting ways. That was hip hop related. They ain't want to mess with that shit.
Yeah, and that's what dude was saying. Like Jeezy basically went and signed a deal behind, you know what I'm saying, they back because like basically Meech ain't know the business aspect of it. So, but then that just goes like with Gucci and shit. They was just like that nigga was like really out here on some street shit. So Meech ain't. I mean, not saying on street shit, but like on some jacking type shit. You feel me? So Meech ain't necessarily one of them a part of what they had going on because it was more, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get to the money. But it's like nigga with Gucci, a nigga like Gucci, you see, he was on that street shit. But like, look at what happened. He was on that gangster shit. He kept on going to jail. Like it basically like Gucci probably could have as much of a legend as Gucci is now. If he was like actually on the streets to actually perform and just do his music, let's just say, like ain't no, you know what I'm saying, ain't no telling. Like it was probably a lot of people that was probably scared to do deals with him because of his reputation and how he, you know what I'm saying, actually carried it. He probably scared a lot of money out. So, you know what I'm saying, like people gotta take into account this shit is the music business, man. Like with the music business, and we not here to talk down on nobody. These are all people that we look up to, but we just gotta have real talk. You know what I'm saying? We just having real conversation. And like, when you gotta look at the music business, man, and it's so cliquish too. It's like damn, like it's so pick a side shit. Like nigga, you could just by signing a contract, you get down with beef. It's kind of like how I heard some people describe gang banging. It's like, you feel me? Like, nigga, one day you was a regular kid, then 2 days later you in the shit. You feel me? Like, damn, now niggas try to kill you, and 2 days later, 2 days earlier, you just a regular kid. That's kind of how it seems like signing a record deal nowadays. Like, nigga, like,
Oh yeah, target is on your back.
a target automatically get put on your back. The people who
Target
used to
on your
love
back,
you,
Jack.
and then just like the jealousy and the envy, like, and you know what's so crazy? Like, I've heard so many rappers just, you know what I'm saying, just speak on that, bro. Like the jealousy and envy that come with the success. Not even just rappers, it's just successful people, period, bro. Especially when you have like major public success. It seems like that's what like niggas get the most hate. But it's like, nigga, ain't nobody gonna hate on a doctor and shit. Like, I mean, like, might be some people in your personal life that might hate you, but it's like, as far as like on the outside looking in, don't nobody hate on, like, cause like, you know, that shit is super hard. It's hard to earn, but it's like, I guess people feel like that's not what's popularized in mainstream culture. Something interesting. I think I was watching Drink Champs and shit, right? And Michael Blackson was like, all the kids in Africa want to be, they literally, all the kids want to be doctors and accountants and like lawyers and shit like that. And it's like, damn, like, it's really just, you know what I'm saying, it's the culture of what they feed you, bro, in America. But that's only if you that's only like if your family ain't on the type of like close knit. Like if you raised by a television, you feel me? If you the type of person that was raised by television,
but that's for
or
everybody.
now raised by social media,
TV,
Internet.
social media, fucking internet,
radio,
program, for sure.
like it's all program. You feel me? So.
For sure.
And then it's like this motherfuckers that fight to keep you on the program. That'd be the killer part though. It's people like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even fight to keep you. It's people that fight to stay, like on to stay trapped on the plantation type shit. Now it's
All right, talking about trap and influence and social media and brainwashing and all that. It was a guy recently that got a vagina tatted on his face. You heard about that?
nah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what type of new age art is going on with the tattoo industry and shit, but my man's warned him not to get it. My man's got it anyway.
But like, I feel like you didn't see this 20 years ago. You didn't see this. Not saying that they weren't face tattoos or people weren't getting crazy shit, but 20 years. I'm talking like the prevalence.
Huh, here you go.
The prevalence. And you see this made me think about that the Drake tattoo. Remember when the female got Drake? She got Drake tattooed on her forehead, and Drake was pissed off about it. Like Drake said he wanted to fight whoever did that shit. I don't know, bro. It's like you say, mental health is real, bro.
Like I said, mental health is real. I'm trying to get this shit in the camera for y'all.
It's no more. Like the standard of everything is dropped tremendously.
Bro,
like the standard of excellence.
My man said, "Fuck life."
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what you do.
This nigga said, "I'm fuck face. I am the fuck face."
The fuck face. That's funny.
That is
a good pay to call shit.
That is crazy, bro. Clown behavior at its finest. Yeah, so we got any more topics? Anything else lined up?
Hold up.
Old girls in Arkansas that killed her best friend.
Oh yeah. I wanted you to speak on that.
Yeah, 22-year-old Alaskan woman was guilty of murder for killing her best friend in 2019. She was catfished and offered $9 million to kill someone by a guy online named Tyler, who claimed to be a millionaire in Kansas. He allegedly offered her $9 million to kill someone and send him pictures and video of the slaying.
Wow.
Yeah. So, old girls killed her friend. Duct taped her, shot her in the back of her head.
Man, all the sickness that's going on out here, man. Like I said, man, like all I can say is, dog, I don't even know where to go with it, bro. I don't even know where to go with this shit, bro. I just say, like, bro, like, nigga, if the devil is real in the physical form, that motherfucker is alive on the internet. The devil is on the internet. That's the only way I can put it, bro. You know what I'm saying? The devil is real. That motherfucker is for sure on the internet.
Nigga said the nigga running around. He is the internet.
That nigga is on the internet. The 2023 devil is on the internet.
Bro, how the fuck do you hold on, first of all, how does somebody convince you to kill somebody, first of all?
Right, and then it's like
you don't even know this person.
And it's like
you strictly met him online too.
Yeah, this was in Alaska.
My man said he a millionaire from Kansas.
A millionaire from Kansas commissioned somebody in Alaska to kill somebody randomly for $9 million. Wow.
Her dumb ass did it.
So like, wow. I mean,
sent the video and everything.
Man, everybody don't need to be on the internet, bro.
Man, you talking about the ultimate scam? Scam likely? You just got scam likely to commit murder.
R.I.P. to the friend.
Man, yeah, not to make jokes.
R.I.P. to the friend. Like, damn. I mean, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a little.
It's like top that. It's like top that. 9 million with no proof. I'd have been like, at least send me half. At least send me half up front. Damn. How dumb can you be?
I mean, this just goes to show you that this is a generation that was raised on the internet. Like, they don't even take into account, like, you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
I don't think they ever heard of a paper trail. Yeah, think about it, this is the paperless generation. So
Bro, everything is documented though.
But like the idea of a paper trail though,
It's
Like,
all on the internet. Though. It's in the cloud.
but just the idea. They have an idea of a cloud, but they don't know about the paper trail. See, we come from an era where it was about that paper, and that shit left paper trails. These motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So like the idea of like they think
they got trails all across the internet.
I know, but they not aware. They think I like bro.
I think they just don't care.
Like no, bro. Like these motherfuckers like bro. They be like the type of messages that people probably send in DMs, like text messages. Dog, they be open like motherfuckers openly talk about this shit, bro.
And then they dumbasses get screenshotted and
yeah, like bro, like
you know what I'm saying.
Like I feel like when I say like the idea of the paper trail, like that just like it's just like bro, like that's the same when you say the paper trail. It's like okay, you don't speak on the phone. Like it's like there's certain codes that come from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It's not alive no more. You feel me? Yeah. So like the idea of just not doing certain things, you feel me? Like that's if you was involved in only if you was involved in some bullshit. But it's like
I'm just saying, okay, say we was in the 90s, how the fuck would you convince a stranger somebody like you in Kansas, how would you convince somebody in
you can't, that's the
Alaska
you can't
to send you proof of murdering somebody and you would wire them $9 million upon completion.
See that sounds like some that would have to be like a police setup from the mob type shit. That sound like a mob. That sound like more like a mob hit setup. Like this shit sound like some.
What?
This shit sound like some.
How do you find somebody like that, bro?
Like yeah, how do you even profile the person to even?
How do you find somebody like that? What type of questions was you probing for? Like.
Yeah, like what type of profile did you have to think? Okay, yeah, you know, this person fits the bill.
So let me see if she's about to kill somebody. Shit is sick, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the type of shit that you should raise questions about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's even the validity to this story? Like what the fuck? You feel me? So like, y'all ain't find the IP address of the person who asked them. Like, there's no word on who. Like, okay, so who commissioned this? You feel me?
Man, the way this shit sound like that dark web shit.
You
know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck it sound like to me.
It sound like the devil. Like once again, the devil on the internet.
You know what I'm saying? When like somebody was in the DM on Instagram, like, "Hey, I'm a millionaire. You want to off somebody? You know what I'm saying? I'm bored. Send me some
Yeah, but like how you gonna fall for something for $9 million? This motherfucker who it ain't like you shooting. Who was you killing for $9 million?
She said anybody.
Like what?
He said anybody.
That don't even make sense.
He said anybody.
That don't even make sense.
Anybody, I got you. I got you.
$9 million.
Yeah.
So you got anything else?
Shit, they cured the fifth person suffering from HIV. It says research has confirmed that a 53-year-old man in Germany was cured of HIV, the fifth person in history to escape the disease that affects 38 million.
Wow. Well, shit, congratulations on that.
Yeah, he back out here.
He's stupid.
He back out here like, shit, y'all thought y'all stopped me.
Oh, shit.
You thought you stopped me.
Oh, shit.
I'm back. I'm back. That nigga about to be cracking.
Oh, shit.
Cracking them young ones left and right, boy. Shit, he back where the same place where he got it from. He don't care.
He said, you know the secret. He got the recipe. He said, you know what to do.
He said, HIV, I ain't scared of that. So I know how to get rid of that. Yeah.
All right, so there's been a lot been a lot of traffic going towards. Shout out to Big Gip, the Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying, ATL. Gip basically been going in, you know what I'm saying, basically about, basically saying that, he basically said that Jay-Z wasn't the #1 rapper of all time. Because Billboard basically released the top 50 list.
Oh my God.
And Jay was #1.
Fucking haters.
But then Gip was like he'd rather go Andre 3000, and he was like basically saying like there's a lot of New York bias in hip hop. But like here's the thing though, if you really kind of think about it, if you want to talk about the biggest, because I think Andre said the South got something to say around 95, right? Like hip hop blew up commercially like mid 80s. I think Run DMC they went platinum. What was that, 85, 86, maybe somewhere around there. I don't know the exact date. But like you could say New York probably had it for like maybe 10, 15 years. Of course, like that's the home of hip hop. That's where it started. But I'm talking about like, when it was commercially banging, like they was using it to sell shit on your TV, your commercials and shit. New York had it for maybe like 15, maybe 20, you know what I'm saying? Like 10, 15 years, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But like, and then after that, Atlanta came. I said, like, me personally, I feel like this, because I was like super young when the South like really started taking over. I feel like for me, it started back in like, really like right after No Limit, it was Cash Money, you feel me? And then from then on, it was like, them was the most popular niggas in the game. In my eyes, now, don't get me wrong, it was always gonna be like, okay, you always gonna have like 50 Cent and like, the West Coast, they had Game. But it's like, if you really look at it from the year 2000 on, cause like 2000, that's when Ludacris, like 2001, that's when T.I. dropped his first album, bro. If you really look at it, since 2000, from the 99 to 2000 when Juvenile came out with that shit, and then really before that with Master P and all that, like the South really been running the game. You feel me? Like I feel like the South really been running the game to the point to where it's like, I feel like, I ain't gonna say like they, I ain't saying they unjustified and feeling like they, you know what I'm saying, not haven't been overlooked, but it's like, it's to the point now where it's like, nigga, y'all been y'all damn near the overdogs. Y'all ain't the underdogs, y'all the overdogs. You feel me? Like, I feel like New York gonna always have a foothold, or like they always gonna be like a landmark in the game, let's just say, because number one, it's the home of hip hop, it's the biggest city, you know what I'm saying, it's like a media capital, you know what I'm saying, so it's like even a local New York rapper with some relevance could kind of get known nationwide, just because like if you big in a city like New York, you feel me, like they say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Like I was watching the podcast where like it's a DJ, I think Superstar J, a relatively big DJ, you feel me? But it's like he still be having trouble going through all the doors in New York. It's like 10 trap doors nigga gotta go through out there, you feel me? Where like it might be 1 or 2 or 3 out here, you feel me? It's 10 doors nigga gotta go through out there. But it's like we could still know who the nigga is in Detroit, LA. You could still see him and recognize him from your Instagram because, like I said, like that's a media capital type shit. But so they always gonna be big in the game. But the influence, I feel like it's about the influence. Like New York feel like their influence ain't where it's supposed to be. Then LA, at times I feel like, not trying to speak for them, but at times you might feel like they feel like their power may wane and shit. Cause like
you gonna have to check in speaking on LA, my nigga.
Right, but it's like Game. You remember like Game was like the first one to really remember when Game came out, it was like the resurgence of the West. You feel me? Yeah. Like he was like the voice they hadn't had for a while. And then like after Game, it was Kendrick. Kendrick was like the rebirth for the West. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like the game ebbs and flows is what I'm trying to say. But it's like the South, Atlanta and New York, they damn near, cause I remember like it's kind of crazy, cause I remember my dad told me when I was young, like Atlanta was like a down south New York kind of. You remember Atlanta got like the biggest metropolitan airport and the biggest international airport, all that shit. You feel me? So it's like when you kind of look at like the hip hop dynamic between Atlanta and New York, y'all both are like staples. Y'all both been like staples in this shit for like a long ass time, probably more than any other 2 cities.
Yeah.
Besides like Los Angeles, you feel me? Because like I said, LA, they started gangster rap with NWA and shit with Compton. But it's like you feel me? It's like Atlanta, like y'all got like they're like a landmark in the game as well. New York a landmark. The West Coast a landmark. But it's like, nigga, I feel like, nigga, Detroit, we trying to become one of those landmarks. You feel me? Like, I feel like damn near like, nigga, Detroit, it's like, it's our time to have something to say. Like, that's what I'm getting to. It's like, nigga, we gotta, like, the same way Atlanta stepped up and took the throne, you feel me? We gotta step up, you know what I'm saying, and make our mark in the game, you feel me? And like, never let it go though. Like, this gotta be more than just a wave for Detroit. We more than just a trending topic. It's like, nigga, we are, you know what I'm saying, a landmark in this shit. Like, our contribution and what we bring to this game got to be something that you can't never take away.
Nigga, we the players, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? The Detroit players.
Nigga.
That's what Big said. Like, Stank Paint Gators, my Detroit players.
We the players.
And you feel me? It's like we all got game that we done picked up from New York. We all got game that we done picked up from LA or Oakland, the Bay. Can't forget about the Bay too. You know what I'm talking about? For California. Like, from, you know what I'm saying, Southern California to Northern California. Their influence is undeniable. Down south, Texas, you feel me? Atlanta, Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, Chicago, what they done brought to the game. Now I feel like now it's finally Detroit time to really put a stamp. And it is our time to put the stamp on what we bring to the game. And I feel like, nigga, we just can't be, you know what I'm saying, we not scared to speak on it. And, you know what I'm saying, like, nigga, make our mark. Like, shit, it's Detroit. For sure.
All day, every day. Big.
Shit, that's all I got to say.
Shit. No more topics? We good? We done?
I think that's it.
Shit, bro. Man, Chicago robber allegedly stayed at crime scene to eat victims' fried chicken. Bro, I don't even want to talk about this shit. Shit get crazy, bro. Bro, okay, look. According to reports, Chicago police arrived at a robbery scene within minutes and allegedly found James Taylor, 20, still there eating the victim's fried chicken. Investigations say Taylor stopped the victim to ask him for a light, but the victim said he didn't have one and kept walking. Tyler then allegedly tapped the man on the shoulder. When the victim turned around, Taylor was allegedly pointing a gun in his face, prosecutor said. The victim handed over his keys, $2 in cash, a debit card, and the fried chicken. Taylor allegedly then climbed into the victim's car and went to work on the chicken while the victim called 911.
Nigga shit.
Bro, he was charged with armed robbery with a firearm, aggravated unlawful use of a firearm, aggravated possession of a stolen motor vehicle, and illegal possession of a debit card. He was released on bond.
Shit.
Yeah.
These niggas, bro.
These niggas. We talking about Chirac too, man. Them niggas don't give a fuck.
No.
Alright. Well, that's all we have for the show, folks. Next week will be a special Notorious live stream, so be sure to tune in next week at 2 o'clock. Signing off, Notorious G.I. Lee, my nigga Louis Automatic.
Yeah, we in here.
Yes, sir. And I hope
Record.
y'all have a blessed day.
What did you just say?
You feel me?